Today we're going to be talking about linear movement. There are two things to consider when talking about linear movement. The first is how you power the linear motion. The second is the linear slides that you are using. The first type of linear motion we have here is a rack and pinion system. Now the rack and pinion system combines both the linear slide and the powering into one system. Here's an example of a rack and pinion system moving back and forth. If we take a closer look at the system, it is made up of a few different parts. The first is this rack here. This is attached to one of the sides of the arm, like this. The second is this plastic slide. This slots on to the rack itself and holds it next to the beam. The third piece is the pinion here. This connects to an axle and drives the movement of the track. Some advantages of a rack and pinion system is that, like I said earlier, it's an all-in-one system that combines both the powering and the slide in the same system. Another advantage is that it pulls the arm both in and out, so it is powered in both directions of movement. The last advantage is that it is high torque because it is driven directly by a motor, so it has a lot of strength when it's pulling the arm in and out. Some of the disadvantages of a rack and pinion system are that the racks itself are made of plastic, so they're sometimes prone to breaking. Another one of the disadvantages is that because each state has to be powered by a separate power source, the arm gets very heavy when it's extended at its full extent. The second method of powering linear movement is a string and pulley system. Now there are two main styles of stringing up the pulleys. The first one is this. It's much simpler than the other one, but some disadvantages is that it's slower because it moves every stage one at a time. Another advantage of this system is that you don't need as much torque to pull the arm out. The other system is a little bit more complicated stringing, but it moves much faster because it moves all the stages at once. Some disadvantages of this system are that it requires a lot more torque to pull the arm out. This is the first style of stringing. This is the more simpler one. So the way this works is you have one end of the string that is connected to a winch. In this demonstration, it's going to be my hand pulling it. This string goes up to the top of the stage that is fixed to the robot. When you pull on this string, it pulls this second stage attached to a pulley closer to that pulley which extends the arm. You continue this going up to the top of the next stage and then back down to fixed points at the end of the last stage. If you combine it all together, when you pull on the string, it moves all the stages up one at a time, like so. This is the second of the two stringing systems. This one's a little bit more complicated, but the advantages are that it pulls up the arm faster. So the way this works, this system has two different strings. The first string works just like the other system, where you pull on it that is attached to a winch and it moves the stage up. This is connected to the middle stage in this system. Now because the second string, here in yellow, is fixed at the bottom of the stage is fixed to the robot, and it is mounted with a pulley at the top of the middle stage and back down to the bottom of the last stage, when you pull up the middle stage, it also causes the last stage to go up. There's a wide variety of linear slides to use for the pulley and winch system. These are two of the most common ones. Here we have drawer slides. These are steel drawer slides, and here we have an 80-20 system. We've used both of these systems in the past. We used the drawer slides on the 2015-2016 rescue season in our robot. You can check out our robot in the robot reveal video on our channel. Now the pros and cons of these systems. Talk about the 80-20. Some of the pros are it's a very strong system to use. Both the beams and the linear slides are very strong pieces. Another pro of the system is that it's very easy to work with. All the pieces fit together well. The last is that it's very smooth motion sliding up and down. Some of the cons of the 80-20 system are that it's very expensive. It's also really heavy. Each of these pieces weighs a lot and adds a lot of weight to the robot. The second of the two systems is these steel drawer slides. Drawer slides are very cheap and they're very available at many different hardware stores. They're also made with a bunch of different materials such as aluminum. These here are steel. They're the cheapest and work the best. Some of the other pros of the systems is a very smooth motion going in and out. They're also very easy to work with too because you can machine them in different ways you'd like to use for the arm. Some of the cons of the system are that they're a little bit more flexible than the 80-20 system. They're still very heavy because they're made out of steel, but some aluminum ones are available that will make it lighter. A reliable arm is very important in every year's competition, and you can use these systems in many different ways to improve your robot.